Okay, so we've got a nice sort of drum loop and bass line sort of programmed out now. And the next thing we're going to do is bring in a kind of melodic sort of song into the actual tune now, just to break things up. And we're going to sort of introduce it and try and blend it in this video. So if I just play around what we've got here quickly. So what I'm going to do is we've got from 17 to 20 hours. We've got 8 bars there. So I'm going to command Shift and D, or I think it's Control Shift and D on the PC to duplicate out that, or edit and duplicate time. So we've got ourselves 16 bars there now. So what I would recommend doing is going through that next 8 bars and doing the same thing that we did in the first 4 and 8 bars, and sort of taking out drum hits, putting in sort of stutter effects, just something to change up every loop so that it sounds like it's progressing over time. And we're just going to leave it as it is for now, and we'll maybe go back later on and do that. So I'm going to duplicate out these 16 bars as well, and we're going to introduce the sort of sound that we're after here at bar 33. I'm just going to loop around that and get rid of our drum track and our strings. Okay, so I'm going to insert a new MIDI track, and we're going to use Alchemy for this. And we're just going to go to our VSTs, Alchemy, and we're just going to grab a synth preset. And if you go to your folder with your effects parts in it, and we've got a MIDI folder, and I've got a thing called break loop, and this is just a quick loop that I created. You just click yes to the import time signature, and it'll just match the time up. So we've just got a few chords here. And it's going to go into Alchemy. I'm going to pick a different preset. Just going to use this cream pie one here. That's quite good. And we'll just have a wee dig around and see what else is in here. So I'm just going to bump up the resonance there to sort of create a kind of sort of old sort of 90s kind of sound coming out of it. And then it's going to have a look. Sounds like there's an LFO on the output here. We can maybe increase the depth of this. Okay, so I'm going to go in and just drop in a, let's see, a compressor, and we're going to sidechain compress this with our kick drum. So we'll just grab our kick. And I want this to be really, really heavily compressed with the tune. So just going to okay, so we don't need these extra notes in here for now, so I'm going to delete these out. Maybe it could do away with the secondary ones every other beat. Maybe just extend the second ones out a wee bit, just to make up for it. I'm just going to really heavily compress this, turn the ratio up. I'll bring the knee up as well, and then I'm going to drop in a limiter right after this and bring the ceiling down a bit. I'm going to bring the gain up, and what this will do is it'll really it'll keep the even though it's been sidechain compressed, we've got this limiter on here really bringing the volume back up again. And then I've sent away a bit here to the second bass track, which is just distorting it. Maybe just don't need it for now. What I'm going to do is drop in a auto filter. We'll bring it before the compressor and the limiter, and we'll have it low passing, and we'll sort of have that fading in over the next 16 bars. So if I just duplicate that out across those 16 and fade up the frequency. And then for this 16 here, what I'm going to do is just delete out some of the sort of effects that we've got going on. I'll let the drums continue through. So if we just take a steady set of drums and just let them play out, just so we get a 4/4 beat. And then I'm just going to fade this up. I've just taken a couple of the wee effects out there by deleting them. I'm just going to fade up our frequency in the auto filter. And then just as we get to bar 65, I'm going to again duplicate the time for those 16 bars, and we'll drop our auto filter back down again. And we'll go in and delete some of the stuff out of here. So what I'll do is I'll delete quite a lot of our effects out. Let's go to our bass script. I'm going to get rid of our basses. Don't want our basses playing there. We can get rid of these effects as well from our resampled bass line. I'm going to go into our drums here, and I'm just going to bring in a new clap sound. So I'm going to go into our drums channel, or sorry, drums folder, and grab a clap, and I'm going to program that in. I'll get rid of the snare. I'm just going to duplicate that out and get rid of the crash, and then if I just loop that section round, I can make that into a loop and just drag that out across those 16 bars. And I'm going to get rid of these sort of extra sounds that are still sitting in there. And get rid of those hats as well. They're kind of throwing things a wee bit. And then I'm going to drop in a auto filter onto these drums. And I'm going to go for a high pass. We're going to go to the device on control for the auto filter. I'm going to have it off for the whole tune apart from this one section where it comes in here. And we'll have it just taking out the bottom end of our song. So we can bring fading it up by using the filter control. Okay, so we're going to bring in some sort of extra effects and stuff in here to get that sort of building up. We'll continue the build again in the next video, and we'll bring in a bit of a vocal, and we'll bring in some string sections. We'll brighten up these sort of synth sounds here with the Alchemy synth, and we'll build it up towards a big dubstep drop, which will come in about maybe another 16 or 8 bars or so.